Well, this week I'm building Bulkhead 5, which is going to be my forward watertight bulkhead. My name's Alan Mulholland, and this is the story of how I built the Wave Rover 650. 3 years ago, I refitted a 40-year-old Contessa 26 and took her on an amazing 7,800 nautical mile ocean voyage. We crossed the Atlantic twice, but a knockdown on the second crossing and COVID-19 put an end to my solo circumnavigation. So now, I'm building a new boat, smaller, lighter, but more suited for a solo circumnavigation. The Wave Rover 650. Well, Rovers, now many of our daytime temperatures are slightly above zero, slightly above freezing, and that makes working that much more pleasant. Now, last week you saw me put in the longitudinals and also those big fillets, and well, you almost saw me fiberglassing them in place. So this week I'm building Bulkhead 5. Now, Bulkhead 5, it's a special bulkhead because I'm going to turn it into a watertight bulkhead that'll close off the, a pretty substantial forward section of the boat. Almost a third of Wave Rover 650 will be closed off with this. So it's pretty substantial. Now, I'm also going to be doing a number of smaller jobs that need to be taken care of. That's the crash supports, if you will, up forward and back aft. So I hope to get a lot done this week. As always, there's a lot to do, and it's time to crack on. So I'm right here at Bulkhead, what will be Bulkhead 5. And Bulkhead 5 is an important one because that's a bulkhead I'm going to make as a waterproof bulkhead that'll close off the forward section of Wave Rover if I need to. The forward section has the mast and a lot of storage. Now, Bulkhead 5 marks the end of the galley. So anyway, it's an important bulkhead to put in. That's the nature of this video. A lot to do. Time to crack on. Well, step one is to level out this stringer right here because I'm thinking a little further down the road when the time comes I have to put the cabin side on. I have to add an extra stringer at that point. If this is beveled, that just complicates the matter. So while I have access, I'll level that out right now. Okay, we can start putting our pattern together. Just using plastic glue, the glue gun. And that sits pretty nice right there. I'm just going to mark, and that's for glue. So this last piece, what I've done is I've just cut a separate piece for this joint, and I've test fitted it, and it fits nicely, and I'll just glue this upright to it. And lastly, we just want to put a brace on here. So All right, so I've fitted the bulkheads 5, and I'm pretty happy with how they look. In fact, they look great, but they do have a warp in them, hence the reason I've got a 2x4 here and it's all clamped off. Now I've got my little baggie, lunch baggie, and I'm going to just tack these in place. Okay, I'm going to see if I can hold the camera and do this at the same time. Now, with a steady hand, clean up that excess fillet material. Now, having prepped the oak beams that will be supporting the keels, I anticipated I would have extra fillet material, and I'm using that now to make proper fillets either side of the oak beams. Now, having already cleaned up the excess fillet material, you can use a little bit of methyl hydrate just to clean up and smooth out that fillet to make it look really, really good. Well, I'd like to take a moment to welcome aboard our newest benefactor, Chris Lyons. So what is a benefactor? Well, these folks have made a contribution of $100 US or more to the project, and their names will be affixed to a bulkhead inside Wave Rover and will be traveling with me on our circumnavigation. Now, these donations truly are much appreciated. Well, Rovers, I'm pretty happy about the work that was done in this video, but I had hoped to show you some details about the crash bulkhead. Now, I'm still waiting for inspection hatches to arrive, and I don't want to make any rash decisions until I get actual dimensions from those. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Well, Mr. Speckles and I would like to take a moment to thank all the Wave Rover patrons whose pledges of support help power the Wave Rover project. Now, if you'd like to know more about Wave Rover's patron page and Benefactors Bulkhead, I have links to both those pages in the video description. Now, another way to help Wave Rover, and it doesn't cost you a dime, is by sharing our content on your social media. So now, as always, Rovers, thanks for watching. Give us one more.